This is the only angle in my room I've never shot in. This is the only time I wear makeup at all during the week. And this is Jess Paul. Just for you guys. I have had no less than 2 pots of coffee today. I don't know how I'm still alive. So today is quite a fun story time. I wanted to get a little bit nostalgic, so nostalgic that I could barely find any remnants of this actual event in my life. You will have pictures, you will. I wanted to talk about my favorite cosplay that I've ever done. I wouldn't call myself an accomplished cosplayer because I really haven't put the time and money into it. And I know so little about nerd things that I think Harry Potter is a deep cut. But there was one character that at one point in my life I embodied proudly, and he kind of gave me like extra strength and a certain demeanor to uphold. And that was Captain Jack Sparrow. Are we okay with this? I sure am. You know, I grew up like so many of you. I latched on to things that made me feel good, stories that really spoke to me when it came to family-friendly media, and Pirates of the Caribbean was one of them. When that trailer came out, man, I did not know who Johnny Depp was outside of the movie Cry Baby, which I definitely shouldn't have been watching when I was like 10 years old. But I was around mid-teens when Pirates of the Caribbean came out, and it was something that I enveloped. I'm not one of those girls who knows every single Disney princess song, but when I see something that has a lot of creativity and a little bit of darkness, I grab on. And let's just get it clear, Captain Jack Sparrow is just one of the coolest characters in modern cinema history. He wasn't even the protagonist of the film. He was like a goofy side character, or at least that's what he turned into. But the summer the Pirates of the Caribbean came out, and no, I did not look it up and have literally no idea. I'm gonna guess like 2014. Everybody wanted to be Captain Jack Sparrow. And I was trying to remember where this all started. How I decided to embody this character one day, finding all the little pieces until I was whole. And I remember that it all started on a little something called Senior Slave Day. I don't know if you kids ever had this. It was one of the best days of all of high school that you'd spend all year. Basically, every single senior wanted to up one another on just picking the most creative and strangest things to do with the underclassmen. It, to my memory, never got too out of hand. Lots of costumes, lots of hallway antics, but really it never, I don't think anyone ever got hurt. I myself dressed my sister up as John Lennon, and she walked with a portable Abbey Road around the campus, taking pictures with people. That was just fantastic. But for me, I had an upperclassman friend who maybe it was his idea to begin with. His name's Rudy. I remember him fondly. I haven't talked to him in a while. He was like, yeah, you want to be my slave? And, you know, any other day of the week, that's weird question, guy. Like, please do not ask me that again. But this made sense. His idea was me to dress up as Captain Jack Sparrow. Maybe I really liked the movies and was talking about them a lot. But I was like, oh yeah, we are. So me being me, I went straight for the local Goodwill to start fashioning together my Captain Jack Sparrow costume. Whenever there was a character that I wanted to be, I really always tried to kind of build it from scratch. If I'm sewing things by hand, if I'm finding the individual pieces in a secondhand store, that's how I like my Halloween costumes to be. That's how I like my Halloween. It's the best time of year. Can it always be Halloween? And I started to put together this look. Besides my Goodwill costume, I also included my own hair as Captain Jack's, which is usually a medium brown if I am not bleaching the F out of it. And I took a Rastafarian wig and I cut it up. This is already sounding problematic. And I tied it into my hair to create kind of this melded wig / my own hair to make Captain Jack's. I of course had to have a mascara beard, and I also, I guess with another wig. Where did I get this hair? I made a little braid and I spirit gummed it to my face. That was the one thing that I was always worrying about, making sure that like this double braid of hair was still hanging on to my face in a way that looks somewhat realistic. Because I definitely was Jack Sparrow more than once, like at least half a dozen times. So I come to Senior Slave Day, I walk around in between classes, I'm meeting people, my friends are not recognizing me in this costume, and I am on top of the world. I'm at World's End. I had a swagger in my step that I never knew that I could put into my walking pattern. I had this kind of like masculine energy. And as I was looking for pictures for this specific costume cosplay, I was running into other examples of how I've dressed like men like a few times in my life. I know in my heart that I am feminine all the way, but it does feel good sometimes to just cross over into that other side, especially Captain Jack Sparrow. I pwned that year at Senior Slave Day, and everybody loved the costume. I even went into my theater arts class, which was the class that was kind of like the Glee Club that would basically cast all of the plays that I never got a lead role in, and they had a blast. You're welcome. And as time went on, I would do little things like I was Jack Sparrow for Halloween, or people would see the pictures for the first time on the internet. They'd be like, this is so cool. Could you be Jack Sparrow for this thing? Until one time, me and my sister Katie and one of my best friends at the time, Johnny, we all actually dressed up as a trio, as the trio from the Pirates of the Caribbean, meaning Will Turner, Elizabeth Swan, and Jack Sparrow. And we one time got invited by Johnny's dad to dress up and do a skit and a bingo game in front of 200 Boy Scouts. We being teenagers and being whores for anything that had to do with performance, because we all were in theater, were like, we will be there. With no promise of compensation. We ended up getting like a couple gift cards to Eaton Park and some t-shirts from the Boy Scout camp. And I swear to God, I walked around that Boy Scout camp like I was Captain Jack Sparrow the whole time. It was the closest I ever got to method acting because it was just so enjoyable. One thing that probably has you shaking your head is like, Jess, we've seen your body before. Like, how do you even hide that you just do not have a male figure whatsoever? And I say to that, I can't. I used to wear this tight, unstretchy denim vest underneath my clothes to try to give me more of a flat surface, but it was always very obvious, especially the way the costume goes, a shirt and a vest and then cinched at the waist, so I still have like an hourglass figure. But besides that, I was really, really bringing the Johnny Depp Captain Jack Sparrow vibes. So we impressed the Boy Scout camp, or we didn't. Probably most likely we didn't. And then we got asked back to the Halloween party for the Boy Scouts. And then my theater arts department, you know, the one that never cast me in anything, they had decided the next year, this was just like, I think a couple months after I was first Captain Jack Sparrow, that they were going to be putting on a pirate play. And when they started talking about Captain Jack Sparrow being in the play, I was like, this is my chance. I finally am being accepted into my high school theater. I'm an actress. I never got cast for anything. I had to go to the community center where there was like all of 5 girls that I was competing with at any one time, and there were roles for all of us. I was going to be in the high school play. So when I was finally called to the rehearsal, I was sat in the auditorium chairs and told what I was going to do, which was to literally pop up from behind a bar or a barrel or from behind a door whenever there was like a Pirates of the Caribbean reference. No lines, just basically a prop. And I did that. I did that for 4 nights. It was always meant to be. Funny enough, a boy actually asked me out from that cast. He was like one of the leads. He was the villain, I think. And I always thought it was so funny that like you could see through the shroud. Oh, maybe he was gay. But this went on for years. Like, if there was an event that called for it, the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, they kept going on. They kept being made. I think there are 5. I definitely missed 1 or 2 in there. But when the main trilogy was closing up, it was a very important thing for me and my sister and my friend Johnny. So we decided that one last time, we were all going to dress up and we were going to go to the theater and we were going to watch At World's End in our costumes. So I'm like 17 at this point, almost a full-grown adult, and I am cross-dress cosplaying at a Johnny Depp Disney movie. What ends up happening though at the theater, I don't really know. I guess I just liked the attention. Because when we got to the theater, we were standing in line. Of course, everybody that walked past us or saw us gave us compliments because... And at some point, the manager of the theater came over to us, and I'm thinking, oh no, he's gonna tell us that we can't go in with the costumes or something. Maybe he doesn't like our swords. No, but he was like, you guys look so fabulous. Here, take this children's hospital, like a little donation cup, like the ringing angels at Christmas that are so annoying. I'm going to hell. He goes, take this coin tin, and you guys, like, go around and ask for donations for St. Jude's. And so we basically got to go up to people and, like, I guess ask for their change for St. Jude. Did we get it? Maybe we got free tickets. No. I don't think we got free tickets. But we did enjoy the movie. I probably cried, if I'm remembering correctly, because that's just how I do. But the crowning achievement for the night was that, as sort of a thank you from the theater, they ended up giving us gigantic trash bags filled with popcorn, which I realized just a little while after that, like, they basically gave us popcorn that they were gonna throw away at the end of the night because they didn't sell it. Wow! Thank you so much. And I ate it for like 2 weeks. We were so sick of popcorn in the house after that. And here are some of the pictures. If you want to judge for yourself how good of a Captain Jack Sparrow I really was. And you know what? I don't even care if I didn't look a whole lot like him. Just dressing up and having that smug, English, kind of hot, but probably smells really bad, pirate attitude going on. That's exactly what I want to be when I grow up. And now it's time to spin my wheel. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching till this part right now that I'm talking. What's the best thing you ate this week? Hey, Wrecked Radio! I'm sure everybody's so excited. Actually, I've been wanting to do more Wrecked Radio because when I kind of get my juices flowing and I'm thinking about what to do next, I usually have one or more ideas. So I would love to deliver something fun to you guys. If you have a certain Wrecked Radio kind of video, like, what do? I do the news show, I do Song of the Week, I would do an interview. I don't really know who I'm interviewing though. I do rock band superlatives now. Maybe you want a second one of those, and that would be fun to write and to perform. Maybe a story from the olden days of Wrecked Radio. Tell me below. And this is my outro. No, this.